What's going on, everybody? Talk Average Gamer Guys back yet again. More Escape from Tarkov action and another episode of Let's Talk Tarkov. As you can see above my shoulder, there is a pretty particular topic we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about today. And we're going to talk about some people who made some predictions that weren't quite right, and a whole bunch of people that are pretty dang excited for the news. So, with all that being said, let's jump in. Let's talk Tarkov. So I'm going to try to reserve my comments against the predictors in the Tarkov community, and no offense to them. We were getting, if you're not up to date, we were getting a bunch of little sneak peeks and little pieces and parts, and what it ended up being was actually basically the spelling of arena laid out in some very small screenshots. Some little codes were being sent out that you could have redeemed on the Escape from Tarkov website to get some pretty interesting, like, low level gear, pistols, AK. I think you got some meds and some grenades at some point. And they teased this over the last couple of days, ever since basically putting up the premiere for the video that came out yesterday. As of I'm recording this as of today. Once it goes up, it'll be the day behind. And it's really funny to see. I think there's a lot of people that are trying to be the predictors of the wipe. They're trying to figure out when it's going to happen. Here's what I want to say is no one knows except for the man himself, and he may not even know. Just when it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I was talking in a recent Twitch stream with some folks, I think last weekend, about it, and my thought is the game will wipe when the content for the wipe is ready. I'm okay. Hopefully you're okay. If you're an Escape from Tarkov fan, if you're watching this video, hopefully you're okay to wait. If it takes an extra couple of weeks to get a wipe out and get some new content, I want the content to be ready. I want it to be polished. I want it to be fun. I want the new Lighthouse bosses to be really cool. And I want everything to just work as good as it can be when it goes live. And no hate to the predictors out there. It was really hard to figure out what was going on. We didn't get a ton of information. It was a great tease, I will be honest with you, but I did not have any anticipation, especially once we started getting those little packages. I felt like that was just too weird. It just didn't make sense with the idea of a wipe. But I did not predict, and I would not have predicted that we would see Arena. When it first loaded up, I honestly thought we were going to get another Streets trailer, which made me pretty excited. And then it took like maybe 10 or 15 seconds into the actual video for me to realize, like, oh no, this is something different. I am stoked. I am absolutely stoked. So if you haven't checked it out, let's go ahead and check the video out right now. Enjoy the first official look at Escape from Tarkov Arena.
Добрый день, господа, и добро пожаловать на арену, где каждый может заработать на жизнь или умереть. Сегодня тут кто-нибудь обязательно сдохнет. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Давайте, достаньте жар. И у нас первая кровь, ребята. Синяя команда, минус 1. Welcome to Arena, ребята.
So, like, an absolute ton to unpack there. There's a whole bunch of sneak peeks for a bunch of different things. I am, like, super excited for this, as is Pastilli in this thumbnail. I'm stoked. I actually really am. I think this is going to be I've seen a lot of comments, a lot of people really excited. And I think this mode can be the thing that people do when they get bored with a regular wipe. And that sounds bad, but that is something that is desperately needed. And honestly, for a lot of players, even if some of you probably watching this video, that's where you're at. That's where you're at in the wipe right now. You've completed what you want. You did whatever you wanted to do task-wise, get your traders up, maybe make 1 billion rubles, get your Kappa container, get your track suit, and like you're ready. You're ready for something either fresh, something new, a different change of pace, some new content, some new things to mess around with, and areas to go explore. Fully get it. I think we are close, to be honest with you. I do. Not wanting to be the predictor myself. I honestly do think we are close, but I think we're going to get a normal wipe cycle like we have always seen. We're going to get some events, some things are going to happen in the economy, and then it's just going to snowball. I think they're going to lead it up to Lightkeeper actually like appearing or presenting himself, and then boom, we're going to hit a wipe. He's going to be fresh, ready to go. And that's how they're setting this one up, which I'm very, very excited for. So let's talk about, after we've watched the video, let's spend a little bit of time talking about what Arena is going to be. So here's what we know so far. EFT Arena closed testing is scheduled to start in autumn of 2022. So very, very soon. I know they've been working on this. I think Nikita said in a previous podcast that this was a feature they've been working on for a while. And it looks like it's pretty well ready. Testing happening in autumn 2022. Maybe we get it by year end. Maybe we get it sooner, at least the initial release, and maybe a few of the maps, and then it continues to grow from there and refine. I think all that's pretty cool, but let's talk what else Battlestate Games has officially said so far. So if you own EOD, you're going to be able to get it for free. If you don't own it, you're going to have to pay for it. They said that this was not necessarily going to be extremely expensive, probably the cost of a regular DLC for most other games, as you would expect, which is honestly fine. The other reason I'm okay with that, I like the fact that this can be bought separately from the main game, right? This is going to entice maybe some players to get into EFT, get into the combat of EFT, and grow the player base a little bit without those that are like, no, the survival thing's not for me. The stress of trying to go in and keep my gear and raid and all that crap, that just ain't for me. I realize you probably can't see this. Let me swap over. So that's all good. Okay. I'm good with this. Hopefully you are too. If you don't own the EOD and you really like this game, upgrade. If you don't care, just buy this when it comes out. Totally cool. It's going to be various PvP and PvE game modes. I like this part. PvE game modes. I would love just waves and waves of scavs and scav bosses. Like AKA some zombies type modes. Like I am totally down for that. And I would run the living crap out of that mode. I would. I seriously would. It's going to have different game modes, ratings, weapon and gear unlocks, and unique features for owners of the main Escape from Tarkov game. I like this part. There should be some enticement if you've been playing this game or you own it, such as the ability to play as your main profile character, which is really cool. Again, like that it's separate, like that there's some integration between the two. I think that part is very cool. And again, I'm excited about the PvP. A lot of people saying if they do this right, this could be bigger than the main game. It could be the actual competitive side of things, especially the team-like play for games like CSGO, Valorant, some of the others that are out there, if it's done well. I'm curious to see how Tarkov mechanics are going to play into this, such things as healing, how damage is distributed and absorbed, and all that kind of stuff. But with that being said, I think there's a lot that BSG and Escape from Tarkov has going for it. So it's going to be really interesting. We'll see what they do here. And again, I'm super excited that they mentioned PvE game modes and, you know, different weapon and gear unlocks. That's cool. I'm okay with a rank system. I'm okay with some kind of system where you got to play and kind of level your character up, kind of like you do right now with the RPG style elements, but maybe different and shorter time frame to unlock different weapons and different things like that. Kind of more of a Call of Duty-esque. I don't necessarily need it to be that system, but I would be okay to sink a little bit of time into this game mode and be able to get some kind of rewards on the back end. That'd be pretty cool. They're going to say players will take part in gladiatorial, that's a hard word, battles in various arenas of the city of Tarkov, organized by a mysterious group of arena masters led by the host. It's going to be a standalone game project, a session-based multiplayer first-person shooter for PC with all the known and beloved hardcore game mechanics of EFT. This is the part that scares me a little bit, as far as being able to be picked up by people that just want to run and gun. However, I do think there's a lot of positives to this if there are some tweaks to the system a little bit. With that being said, I'm going to jump over. I want to show, actually, I'll stay on here. We actually got some screenshots. This gave me some unique vibes for some Call of Duty maps we've seen before with the planes in the middle. That's not a bad thing. I think this is pretty cool. I like the idea of having some bystanders too, is pretty neat. This looks like a pretty close map, pretty neat map, and looks like it's going to be really interesting. You have climbable environments. I'm assuming we're going to be able to do some mantling and some stuff in the future based on how this stuff is kind of set up, right? To be able to get to some of these positions. And that's a mechanic that is much needed, I think. I kind of breezed by this one, but I liked it. I like what we saw. I like the different sections of cover. In the video, you saw some boxes and stuff kind of shake off the walls. I don't think we're going to get to fully destructible environments, but what I do think you're going to see is kind of modifiably destructible environments, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked for this. Hopefully you are too. Like I said, I got some interesting vibes from this map, but it looks like it's got a good baseline, good outline, and looks like it's got a lot of good lanes, and we'll see when we get into it. But it looks very interesting, looks really cool. It's kind of inside of an actual hangar, which I think is pretty unique and interesting. Quickly before I go and talk about some of the other things that were shown off, we just recently got a patch update, and I think this patch update to me addresses two things: some of the issues with desync. In addition to, I think this was a much needed upgrade for Arena specifically, right? One thing that you don't want in a fast-paced PvP shooter is any semblance of character model not synced, right? Now, granted, it's a smaller environment. It's going to be 5v5. You're not going to have a ton of other stuff going on, but having it really clean is huge. I got to give a big shout out to Jesse, who put this together. Like, if you haven't played the game yet since this update came out, and some people were like, oh, another update where they're just fixing things. Like, dude, look at how good this looks, right? Especially in comparison to old, right? Especially in comparison to the old, shaky, shitty, crappy version, no offense, to what it used to be. This is exactly what this game needs. This game needs continued refinement and tweaks, and it can really go to the next level. And I'm not just fanboying here. Look at how different that is, and look at how good that looks. That is 100% a needed feature, a absolute must for Arena. So kudos to BSG for that, and I think we're going to continue to see some optimization type things like this as they test out Arena, because they're realizing some stuff in this game just ain't going to work. It just ain't going to buff, and it's got to be able to buff. So let's quickly talk about, there was some other news that came out, and then I'll just wrap this one up because I want to give you the news pretty quick, down and dirty. We got this bad boy. This is going to be probably the new most hated weapon in the game, and we actually saw this on one of the Lighthouse bosses. The Rogue USEC bosses, I believe, is going to be probably fabled to carry this. I fully expect that we will be able to pick this thing up and make some people really mad with it. I also have a feeling you're going to get killed by this M32 quite often. And ammo, just like it is for current grenade launchers, is going to be really hard to find. So I wouldn't overstress the fact that this is going to be in the game. I can honestly say I've heard maybe one grenade launcher this entire wipe. So the changes that they've done to the flea market, where the thing spawns, how you get it, and availability of ammo has made these go basically away. And granted, I don't run labs all the time, so if you do, you're probably like, oh, I hear this thing every 5 raids. I don't think that's true either. I'm okay with this. Looks cool. We'll see how much we actually get to use it. Then we got some sneak peeks of the Benelli M3, and a lot of people were like, oh no, another shotgun. Hey, that's fine. Shotguns are dope in this game, and we need some competition to the old double barrel. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. I think the cool part about this ends up being is this is probably going to be one of those shotguns where you can pick it up It's got Picatinny rails in the top, so you can throw a sight on this really quick, and you can rock and roll into a raid. And flechettes, they can go away. AP-20s, you got to hit your shots. That's how I feel about those. But this looks pretty dang cool. And about time we get some Benelli in here, you know? Just good quality. Just good quality stuff, that is. So yeah. So a lot of interesting news, and we got an update, and we got arenas. And I'm pretty dang excited for all of this stuff. Pretty dang excited. I got to again, I think it's so funny. Again, if you're in the position where you're ready for a wipe, just hold on. I really do think it's coming. I think we're gonna get some fun events here. I think we're gonna continue to get some storyline set up for Lightkeeper. I think the next wipe, it's gonna come sometime this month. That's my prediction. What I anticipate happening is we're gonna get Lighthouse expansion and the new Lighthouse bosses. That's what I think we're waiting on. We're gonna get some of the guns, some of the things that have been shown off. Probably get some surprise guns too, maybe, I don't know. A few tweaks and a few changes to quests and some of the other systems we've seen so far. Maybe further tweaks to Flea Market and some of that other stuff, although it feels like it's working pretty well as intended at this point. And I think it's on its way. We're coming close to that 6-month mark at this point, and I think it's about ready. Now again, I'll say my statement from the beginning. I want the wipe to happen when the new content is ready. So if Lighthouse expansion isn't quite good and polished and ready, hold off. I'll wait. Totally fine. If the bosses, if like we don't get the wipe and it doesn't come with the expansion and the bosses, I'm sorry. Missed opportunity there. And maybe some of the other features that we've been waiting on. So continue to polish the game up. BSG, nice. I tweeted this out right after this. I just said they pulled the old switcheroo basically on everybody, because everybody was like, a lot of people were very sure wipe was coming and it was going to be some kind of bomb, and like it was on its way, and then it was going to nuke Tarkov, and then we were all going to be dead and then have to reset. No, we got an arena trailer instead, which is, I think, blew everybody's expectations, and I think has been really cool. So I'm excited to hear more. I'm excited to see how, you know, it's probably going to be on the EFT test servers. Get it tested in the fall, and we'll see when this thing is coming out. I'm hoping we get a first iteration very, very soon, maybe as soon as year end, and that would be absolutely freaking awesome. And get ready for some cool tournaments, to be honest with you. It looked like in the trailer you're getting like 5v5s. They may expand it, may go smaller than that. I would love some options for some different tactical team sizes. I don't think we'll go much more than 5, unless maybe we're doing one of like the PvE elements. But 5v5, 4v4, 3v3, 2v2, that all sounds really good. 1v1s, let's go. Take them on. Let's do this thing. So I'm very excited. Hopefully you're really excited for arenas. And yeah, be careful with the predictions out there. Because nobody knows. No one knows. Anyways, love this game. Love you guys and gals. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'm going to flash some socials at you. If you're watching on the YouTubes, which is where the video is going to be, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all the support in the channel. We'll continue to do these. I love these Let's Talk Tarkovs. And I try to do them when we have a bulk of information that comes out. So I tweet out a bunch of stuff. That's one of the socials. All links in the description. I am recording this right before I'm about to go live over on Twitch. Do that on Fridays and Saturdays, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, usually through the week when we can, when work allows. And we'd love to have you come over there, play a lot of our main account, do some hardcore. We got a hardcore, we've got an escape series, which is a solo standard playthrough. Just got our Epsilon container, and we do content, about 5-6 videos a week. So if you're interested in that and you stopped in this one, check the rest of the channel out. Come swing by Twitch. We got a TikTok, we got a Discord, we got all that good stuff. We'd love to have you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Doc, Average Gamer, guys. As always, we'll see you in the next Escape from Tarkov video. Peace.